It's like, change. Y'all, she started speaking like she was Jocelyn Hernandez before she could speak English. She started speaking like she was fresh off a plane from the Dominican Republic or Cuba. So I'm in disbelief. So I'm at the table and I'm like, dinero. Hey y'all, you seen the title of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you know my channel, hey girl, hey. If you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on period, and Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title and the thumbnail, this story time is about the time where Carrabba's tested my criminal record. I do not have, y'all. I almost went to jail dealing with Carrabba's, and they could be better now. I haven't been to Carrabba's since this situation. If you do me wrong one time, you can never get my money again. And I'm pretty sure this lady not even working at Carrabba's no more after this situation, but I just cut Carrabba's off altogether. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, make sure y'all grab y'all drink. I have my drink today. Y'all know it's getting kind of cold. I felt a little something on my neck today. It's a little, y'all know what time it is. It hasn't been cold. In Houston, it's been 80s. At nighttime, it's been 70s. So I brought out the hot chocolate. So I have hot chocolate and I put a dash of whiskey in it. Don't judge me until you try it because it's actually really good, y'all. It's hitting. Hold on, let's take a sip. It's hitting. So boom, this happened back before the pandemic. It was 2020, either January or I should look at my I need to look at my phone. I don't know why every time I want to record a video, my neighborhood start to give I don't know, it's just starting to give, like, I don't know if y'all can hear the train. It's the ambulance going all the way through here. Every time I record, it gives I live in the hood. But boom, y'all, this happened back in 2020. My homegirl was in town and I haven't seen her in years. So we was just like, let's go to happy hour. So I met her at Carrabba's, and this is my first time ever going to Carrabba's. All I knew is that they had really good Italian food. Like, people would say that Carrabba's is like the upscale version of, what's that restaurant name? What's the with the breadsticks? The breadsticks. Olive Garden, yeah, Olive Garden. People would say Carrabba's was better than Olive Garden. So this is my first time trying it. So I met her there. When we pull up, the parking lot is on swole. Like, there's no parking. We circled the block for maybe like 2 to 3 times. We went around 2 to 3 times, and I ended up finding a parking spot. Tabitha, we're gonna call my friend Tabitha, and I'm not gonna, if she knew I was doing this story time, she would hate me, y'all. I'm gonna conceal her identity because she low-key, she's not like this anymore, but at this time she was really giving pushover. But we're gonna get into it. So I go inside, she's already in there waiting, and when I get there, she's like, I just got here. And I'm like, well, how long is the wait gonna be? She was like, well, I was gonna see if you wanted to even eat here because I know you said you was hungry, and it looks like the wait is gonna be about 2 hours. So I go to the front and I ask the host, I'm like, hey, how long is the wait? She's like, it's gonna be about 20 minutes. I'm like, really? She said, yeah, we have a few tables that we're cleaning and we're busting in the back. It'll be about 20 minutes. And then I told her it was just a party of 2. I said, okay, you can put my name down. Me and my girl, it was kind of loud in there, y'all. And it was a bunch of people like sitting in there, and I didn't need them to be in my convo and my tea. So we went to go sit in her car because at this time, I was also, this is around the time where the pandemic just hit, and this also extended my toxic relationship because I was getting ready to leave. I don't know what I named that man, but I was getting ready to leave, no name, and around that time I was giving her all this heat, and then 3 months later the pandemic hit, so we were locked. We were stuck in the house, y'all. But anyway, I go to her car, we're in her car, and we're just catching up or whatever. 20 minutes go by, I go back inside, and I'm just, I want them to know that I'm a plant, like I'm alive. I want you to see me. I didn't want nobody to skip over me. Mind you, when I went inside the first time and I asked her, like, I gave her my name, I didn't see her put my name down or anything. She just said, okay, and then somebody walked in behind me. So me and my best friend, she my best friend, y'all. I can't say that because some of y'all know who my best friend is, so I'll be trying to conceal her identity. I'm sorry if you see this. But me and Tab, we sat down, And I started noticing that all of the people that was in there the first time, they were no longer sitting there. So I'm thinking like, dang, because they didn't see me, they thought I had left. Like they thought I wasn't in here. So I was like, it's okay. They see me now. I'm gonna go ahead and wait it out. So we're waiting, and we're talking. I want to say 10 minutes go by. I'm like, okay, these are bigger parties. Maybe they are only letting them sit first because it's designated for a bigger table. So I'm like, nope, no big deal. I'm like, okay, let me continue to wait. Another 15 minutes go by. And I started to notice that they're calling parties of 2 and 3 and they're letting them go before us. So I'm like, Tab, am I tripping or they just let 2 other people without melanin in their skin going before me? She's just like, no, you're not tripping at all, but we probably gonna be up next. I said, if one more party of 2 go before us, I'm gonna say something because I don't like it. She's just like, Asia, please don't say nothing. And keep in mind, y'all, I'm outgoing, I'm an extrovert, I'm flamboyant, and at this time, I'm still pro-black and I'm still pro-woke, but at this time, I was pro, like peak woke. I was one of those people, I was like so woke to the point where you would be like, the sky was black today, and I would just be like, are you saying that because I'm black? Like, I was one of those people at this time, not happy about it, but I was pro-woke. Blame it on the system, blame it on the government, blame it on the towels, blame that white lady in the corner because she wearing a black shirt, blame it on your cousin because she was born on Juneteenth, like blame it on anybody. I was pro-woke. So I was like, I don't want to go there and be like, is it because I'm black? But it's starting to look like it's because I'm black because everyone's going in front of me. So I said, okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna say anything, only out of the respect for Tab, because Tab was really laid back, shy, and she was one of those people. She was the type of person that did not like to be stereotyped. But me, on the other hand, I didn't care. I didn't care about being stereotyped because I feel like if you're stereotyping me, that means that you're already racist. If you think, I really don't care. I don't give a damn if you're stereotyping me. You could say that an ape birthed me and that was my mother. You can say I was a daughter of an ape and I didn't know how to read. I would not care. Long as I'm getting my point across, I don't care. So I was just like, no, I'm going to say something if one more person goes in front of us. So she's just like, Asia, we're probably going to be next. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting it out. Me and her, we're still talking. Maybe like 2-3 minutes go by, y'all. They call it a party of 2 and a pale color person, a person without melanin in their skin. They hop up. So immediately, y'all, I hop up and I'm like, excuse me, I've been here for 40 minutes and you told me it was going to be a 20-minute wait and I'm still here. So she's like, what's your name? I'm like, my name is Asia. She starts looking on her list and she's like, you're not on the list. And I said, I know because y'all never put me on the list, but I've been here for over 40 minutes. And she's like, I can add you to the list now. And I'm like, well, we've already been here for 40 minutes. And I told her that the lady that I was speaking to wasn't the original host that I spoke to when I first came in. So she goes and she's just like, I'm sorry. I can ask the other girl. She goes to the back. The other host comes back with her like 1 minute later. And she's like, oh, I thought you left. I said, I could have went to the corner. The way the Carrabbas was set up, y'all, it was like the host station was right here, and then it was 2 sections of like chairs for people to sit down, and then I could have turned to the right just to go by the front, and I was out of your view, so you thought that I left. So I said, no, I didn't leave. I went to go sit in my car, and I came back. I'm like, I've been here for 40 minutes. I've seen Noah's Ark walk in before me. Like, please be for real. So she's just like, it's okay. The next table available, we'll put you as the next person. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go sit back down. And my Tab, she's just like, thank God, because I'm starting to get hungry. I wasn't hungry before. So we sitting there, we talking, maybe like 3 minutes pass by. A server comes from the back and she reads off the paper and she's like, party of 3 for Lou. And I give her the death stare. Before she can even say Louis, y'all, the other host tells the server, she's like, no. We're going to let this group go first. So I get up. And when I get up, I go to the front and the server, she just walks off. No, follow me. Here's your table. I'll be your server for today. So I'm like, okay, but I go ahead and follow her because I feel like a person that's carrying your food or people that's dealing with your food, you never want to be nasty or rude to people. And then it could have just been my mood. Like she could have saw that I was kind of hostile and upset. So she could have just been, she could have been giving me the energy she felt like I was giving her. So I said, okay, let me calm down. I don't even know this lady's name. I don't know anything about this lady. So let me just calm down. So I calm down. We get to the table and she sits us outside. Typically, they ask you on the list, they ask you if you want to be seated outside on the patio or do you want to be seated inside. But they were really packed this day, y'all. So I think they stopped asking people. So they sit us outside. Tab has allergies, but she didn't really, I can already tell she didn't want to come off like that angry black woman. So she was just like, no, Asia, it's fine. We could just sit outside, knowing damn well she was going to get pollen in her hair, in her nose. She was going to be sniffling. So I said, okay, if it's good with you, it's good with me. So immediately we get the drinks going. The server, we're going to call her Dill Pickle. Dill Pickle brings us a drink menu and then she brings us like the food menu and she tells us that the happy hour is ending in like an hour. Can she get us something? I don't recall exactly what the special was, y'all, but I know they had like margaritas for like a really good price. So we ordered margaritas. When we first ordered the margaritas, Dill Pickle kept asking us, she was like, hey, did you want to make that a double? Did you want to make that a triple? And we were just like, no, we just want the margarita. Like, why? I don't know, y'all. I just thought it was weird that she kept trying to like upscale us and charge us more for the margarita. Like if we would have got a double shot or a triple shot of anything, we would have been paying more than what the regular price was if it wasn't happy hour. So we were just like, no, we just want the drinks as it is. And we ordered a whole bunch of appetizers, y'all. We ordered like 3 apps and we ordered 2 sets of margaritas. The margaritas came, we're chatting, we're catching up. I'm telling her about my situation that's going on at home and she's updating me with her life in Tampa. And we're just having a girl chat. We're chatting. Maybe throughout this time, Dill Pickle had the drinks flowing. Like the conversation was flowing, the drinks was flowing, like the food was good. The vibes were great, y'all. She was bringing those apps back every 20 minutes. And I'm saying this because I want y'all to know that the service didn't get slow until things went left. So fast forward, we've been there for about maybe 2 hours at this point because the food would come, Dill Pickle would come and she would check on us. She was like, did you guys need anything else? Did you want anything else? The last time before we got the check, she came to the table and she was just like, did you want anything else? And Tab was just like, no, I'm good. And y'all, my eyes start to twitch. Once my eyes start to twitch, that means that I'm done. Like I'm getting too lit. I'm done. At this point, I'm not even gonna be able to see to go home if I order another drink. So I'm like, nope, I'm good. I know my limit. And Tab is just like, yeah, I guess I'll get one more. And the Dill Pickle is just like, you want to make it a triple? You want to make it a double? And Tab is just like, no, I'm already starting to feel tipsy. She's like, okay, we'll make it a double. So I look at her and I look at Tab, and at this point, y'all, I'm gone. So I cannot hold back my facial expressions. I'm like looking at her like, girl, what? How didn't we just tell you we only wanted, we barely wanted this drink. We're only adding it on there because you asked. And now it goes from, do you want a drink to now you want to make it a triple. So Tab is just like, no, just the regular drink. That's all we need. So she's like, okay. She brings that drink back in like 3 minutes. Y'all would have thought the server was back there making the drinks because the drinks and everything was flowing. Okay, y'all, so fast forward about 20 minutes later. It's going on 3 hours. We've been here for a while. Y'all, when I say I could barely see out my eye, I can barely see. Like I literally told her, I'm going to have to call this man to come pick me up. And then I'm going to have to come get my car later because I could not drive home, y'all. I could barely drive sober, but I really could not drive. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to have him come pick me up, or you can drop me off home and I'm going to have him take an Uber to come get my car. So she's just like, yeah, I feel you because I could barely make it home. I was like, well, he can come get both of us. And she was like, well, let me see. By the time we wrap up the check, I'm gonna drink water, and then by the time I finish this water, I might be able to drive home. So I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, and also if y'all comment, oh, that's irresponsible, judge your mama, not us. Please do not judge us. Judge your mama, okay? I don't do this no more. But at this time, I would think I knew my limit, and then before I knew it, there was no limit, y'all. So I'm at the table. And she's like, what's her name? Dill Pickle. She brings the check to the table and I start to pull out my card and Tab is just like, oh, I got it. And I'm like, no, like, look, girl, let's split the check. Like, no, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's just split the check. And she's just like, no, Aisha, I got it. And it's like, okay, you don't got to tell me twice. Like, once you insist one time, all right, I'll leave my little pennies in my bank account. So I said, okay. So she's looking at the check and she's like, Asia. And I'm like, what? She was just like, she charged us for 2 doubles. She charged us for 2 doubles and a triple shot. And I was just like, oh, she did. Do you want me to like let her know like, hey, you need to take this off the tab? Because it really didn't make sense. If you're charging us for a double shot on a happy hour drink, we're paying full price. And if you're charging us on a triple, we're paying over full price. We would have never came here if we knew we weren't going to get the happy hour discount. So our check was supposed to be like $30, but our check ended up coming up. I want to say the check ended up coming up to like, not $30. The drinks probably would have been like $30, but we overpaid for the drink. So the total ended up being like $110, y'all, because we ordered like a whole bunch of apps. We ordered a bunch of food. And I think we probably both individually had like 4 to 5 margaritas individually, y'all. So the check was high. So I was like, do you want me to say something? Mind y'all, Tab is very timid, laid back, non-confrontational. And I'm the type of person, if the food is not right and I'm paying top dollar, I want my food right. Like, I don't care. Like, if my food come out wrong, I want to speak to the chef. I want to speak to the chef mom for birthing him. And I want to speak to the manager. And I want the number to corporate. Tab is the type of person that can have a roach in her food. She'll go ahead and pay the tab, go home and write a review. And I'm the type of person that I want the situation to be rectified right then and there. And keep in mind, y'all, I was already tipsy. Like, I was already halfway there. So I didn't have a problem with being like confrontational. So she's like, no, it's fine. She already, like I said, she doesn't want to be stereotyped as like the angry black person. So she was just like, it's completely fine, Asia. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and pay it. I'm surprised this is the tab. The tab was actually supposed to be like way more. Like, she thought the tab wasn't that bad. I said, okay, girl, it ain't my money. It ain't my bank account. I personally don't care. So I said, okay. So we're sitting at the table. The dill pickle comes and she grabs the check. She pays with cash. My friend Tab, she is a server at this time, so she get paid in cash. So she had a lot of cash on her. So she ends up giving her $200 bills. $200 bills. Remember that, y'all. And the tab was like, it was a little over $100. I'm saying 110, but it could have been 105, 116. I just know that it wasn't over $120. It was like the low 100s, y'all. So she gets her $200 and we're still at the table. We're talking. And while we're talking, 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by. I done told her, girl, I'm leaving, or my man is about to be here like 20 times. I told her 20, 30 times, like, I'm leaving. And it's starting to get to the point where like, damn, where is Dill Pickle with the change? So Dill Pickle, we see her like busting other tables. The restaurant is pretty much empty at this point, y'all. A lot of people, it was people still inside, but there wasn't a lot of people out on the patio because it had got dark. So we looking and she just keep flying past our tables. We like wave her down and Tab is like, hey, like, where's my change? Y'all, why all of English left her body? The English language left her body. Dill Pickle is like, change. Y'all, she started speaking like she was Jocelyn Hernandez before she could speak English. She started speaking like she was fresh off a plane from the Dominican Republic or Cuba. So I'm in disbelief. So I'm at the table and I'm like, dinero, money, her change. Y'all, I'm speaking broken English. I'm breaking the English language up and I keep repeating. I'm like, change, dinero. She's like, ¿qué? Sorry. You were speaking, y'all, mind you, I didn't even know that she was expanding into this moment because she kept rolling her tongue. I'm like, you spoke English. Fine. You spoke English when that $200 hit your hand and then you came back multilingual. Like, it don't make sense. So I'm like, are you serious? And I'm saying this in front of her face, y'all, because I'm like, all right, if you don't speak English, I'm going to talk about you in your face because this is crazy. So Tab is laughing. Mind you, y'all, we tipsy. So Tab is taking everything like very lighthearted. She's like, change, dinero. Then Dill Pickle was like, oh, dinero. Oh, you need that. I could slap you. Please. Like, y'all, she has this confused, like she had like a look of a fart on her face. Like the shit was unsettled. Like she was like, girl, please fix your face. Like, please stop. So she leaves. She's like, oh, okay. She walks off. And immediately, before she even walks on the table, y'all, I'm not going to lie. I'm talking smack about the lady because I'm just like, this is weird. Like, you were speaking English the entire time, and now all of a sudden, you don't know English. Like, I don't know, y'all. It really, it just, it didn't make any sense to me. And I knew I was done at this time because when I'm drunk, y'all, I keep blinking. I blink a lot. So I keep blinking. I'm rubbing my eye. I'm ready to go. And we're talking. And by this time, I don't know what we were talking about, y'all, but I noticed like an additional 15, 20 minutes go by. Mind you, the restaurant is half empty at this point. So I'm like, damn, why is it taking so long for her to bring your change back? Like, this is getting out of hand. Keep in mind, y'all, we see Jill Pickle busting tables. Like the glass from outside, from the outside patio, from inside, I could see her like busting the tables. So I'm looking, I'm like, she's busting tables. She's cleaning up. This is weird that she's not bringing your change. And then she's walking back and forth. It was another party that came in that she sat and she brought them a menu. Like, if you had enough time to bring a menu, you should have had enough time to get the change. Now Tab starts complaining because she just like, she should have had at least $200 in that fanny pack. Like, you didn't have any change on you. It was really weird, y'all. And then we start rationalizing like why she ain't have change. Maybe they're not allowed to keep bills bigger than 100. Like, we're trying to figure it out because honestly, it really just didn't make any sense. Oh, it's starting to hit. It's starting to get nasty. All the liquor was at the bottom, y'all. So eventually, Dill Pickle, she comes back to the table and she brings her 20s. I think she brings her 3 20s and a 10, or was it, hold on. The change was supposed to be $90, y'all. It was almost $100 worth of change. She brings her 20s, y'all. So she brings her 3 20s and then a 10, or it could have been, I don't know. She brought her big bills. I don't remember exactly what the bills were, but I remember she had like 4 bills in her hand. And Tab is just like, do you have smaller bills? Because she wanted to tip her and she was going to tip her in cash. So she's like, do you have smaller bills? And again, y'all, Dill Pickle don't know a lick of English. So I'm like, this is weird. Like, this is weird. You understood everything earlier. Now you understand nothing. We paid you $200. And then you didn't know to bring back the change. So you basically tried to steal her money. And now we asking you for smaller bills to tip you. And you acting like you don't understand. Like, I don't know how she thought she was gonna get a 90% tip, y'all. Like a 20, not 20%, 30, but she went all the way up to 90%. Keep in mind, our food was a little over $100, and she gave her $200. And I'm telling Tab right then and there, I'm like, you're tipping her? Please do not tip her. And Tab is basically ignoring me. And then Homegirl is acting like she's deaf because she's like, what? And I'm like, Panito bill. She's like, attendere, bill, small bill. So I keep yelling, y'all. I don't know why I do this, but when somebody don't understand stuff, I keep repeating the same thing. So I'm like, small, panito, little bill, no money, stripper change. Like, I'm just yelling shit out. And then she's like, oh no, we don't have any small bills. So I look at Tab and I look at the server and she's looking at Tab and she's like, no, sorry, we don't have. Like, it was so weird, y'all. Her Spanish, like, it was weird. She had an accent and everything. Like, it was the oddest thing ever. So I'm like, this is weird as hell. Like, you just had. Now all of a sudden that you can't steal our money you don't have. So she basically wanted a bigger tip, y'all. She wanted a bigger tip. Like, she opened up her fanny pack and she showed like bigger bills. But it's just like, why you couldn't bring this 20 minutes? Like, you waited 20 minutes. Like, I don't know, y'all. It was cringe. So Tab is just like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then as she walks away, Tab is just like, oh, that was your tip. Like, that's your tip is gone. I'm like, yeah, your tip is gone. I'm trying to hype her up so she can know. Like, I'm trying to put the sense in her head. Like, girl, don't get her no tip. Your tip is definitely gone. One, you just tried to steal $90, almost $100 from her, as if you didn't know the pandemic was about to hit in 2 to 3 months later. You tried to steal $90 from her, and then on top of that, you told her y'all don't have any smaller bills. And we're literally telling her, Tab, it's like, to tip you, we need smaller bills. Like, she wanted us to give her a 20, y'all. One, she just assumed, I don't know if people, they have big ballers, big spenders at Carrabba's. So that was just the normal. She didn't think that she was supposed to bring back change, but she was so confused about the change. So I'm like, girl, don't tip her. I'm not even drunk anymore, y'all. I can get in my car and drive home. I live like maybe 20 minutes from Carrabba's at this point. Y'all know when so much BS has happened, you just sober up. Like the BS sober you up real quick. I was sober. So when we get up, before we get up and leave, I noticed that Tab puts a 20 on the table. She puts a $20 bill on the table. And I'm like, okay. I peep it and we start walking towards the front. We both parked in the front. We start walking. I told her to hold on really quick. I said, hold on real quick. I run, my bad girl, my camera ended up dying, but where was I? Oh, I run back to the table. My bad, y'all, my camera ended up dying. But once I noticed that she put that 20 on the table, I run back to the table. And I go get the 20. And when I go get the 20, y'all, as I'm walking up, Dill Pickle sees me. She sees me grab the 20 and she's like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm calling the police. And I don't know if she had on like an apron, but it wasn't her fanny pack. Like she had like a skirt or something like covering the bottom half of her. She literally threw that off like she was about to fight me. I said, what you calling the police for? You tried to steal 90, so I'm stealing 20 back. Like we're even. Like how are you trying to call the police and accuse me of stealing when you were stealing? She's like, I have integrity. I will never steal. I have money. I drive a Benz. I have money. Where was that money and that integrity 30 minutes ago when you was trying to steal the money or whatever? So then I'm going back and forth with her. I said, call the police. You can call. And y'all, I should have left at that point, but I was trying to argue with her only because I was drunk just a little bit. So I'm just like, you can call. You can call them. You can call your mom. I don't care who you call. Call the president. I don't care. So I'm waiting right there. And I guess I was loud because Tab, she's walking back to the table and she's laughing. She's like, Aisha, I knew you were going to take that 20. I said, she don't deserve it. Like, I don't care. So Tab is trying to reason with me because, mind you, she works in the hospitality field. She works at a restaurant. She's like, yeah, Aisha, we were here for about 3 hours. She still serviced us. She still bought our drinks. Like, our service was good up until the point she didn't bring back my change. And I said, yeah, well, the service wasn't good. The first half was good, but then the second half, the service is not good. You can still lose the game. You can do good the first 2 quarters of what's the game? Basketball, any game, hell. You can do good the first 2 quarters, and that last 2 quarters, if you're not doing good anymore, you lose the game. You don't get paid. So she's not getting paid. So she was trying to ration for her. And I'm like, we could have been left. We would have been gone 2 hours ago. But when I say y'all, once we asked her for that change, she took 20 minutes to bring that change. We had to call her back like to the table to bring that change. And I kept looking at her like I tried to make her uncomfortable. When she kept walking past us with other guests and busting tables in front of us, I was like looking at her and she still didn't give a damn that we were waiting for our change. So that took an additional 20 minutes. And then when we asked for the smaller bills, you act like you didn't understand. Like we could have been left. Everything was flowing and everything was good until you couldn't get this money. So that happened or whatever. She's arguing or whatever, and she's like, it's okay. She goes to get somebody. Before the manager even get there, we start walking to the car, and they're like, ma'am. We kept walking, y'all, because I'm not going to jail behind you trying to steal my money. And at the time, it's unfortunate, but when situations like this happen, I watch Cops. I have seen so many episodes of Cops where you'll call the police, and if you're the hostile one, even if you're right morally, you'll still end up going to jail. And then I was drinking, so I said, no, I'm not about to wait to be arrested. Like, that's stupidity. I'm leaving. So I end up leaving. I don't even know if they really called the police or if she just called the manager, but she said she was calling the police. But yeah, that's how Carrabba's tried to test my criminal history that I do not have, because I've never been to jail before. Close before, and when college, when my friend was stealing from the mall, but this was like the second closest I've ever been. I don't even want to say I was arrested, y'all, because I would never stay. If somebody said they calling the police on me, I'm leaving. That's cute to get the I'm leaving. But yeah, girl, this is a story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Mwah.